So I might have Alt F4'd the wrong thing. Fuck. Oh, that was really dumb. It's unusual for job-specific things in cutscenes, but they do happen sometimes. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I honestly feel like, you know what, I'd be in... Wait, really? No, fucking... Oh, right, I can't... Right. That's why I shouldn't have tried Alt F4, because that doesn't actually work. I'm gonna see what that means. Yeah, exactly. You know what? No. In fact, I don't know if that, I don't know if that no actually got captured, because usually there's, like, a, usually the last bit of, like, data you're going to send doesn't get sent if you, end the stream, so it may not have actually caught that little bit at the end. That might happen, that might be fine if, you're watching the stream live, like, you might see the last bit there, but you may actually miss it on the VOD. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works. But yeah, I'm going to take that bit of dialogue. Because that is very fitting for a character who is a summoner to actually say that. So I'm not going to not take that, to be honest. And I split the VOD for no fucking reason, too. That really sucks. That really fucking sucks. Oh well. I can't believe I did that. Like, I should have known, too, that Alt F4 wasn't going to work, because I've tried to do it in the past and it never worked. So, like... Duh. But, no, apparently I was, dumb enough to try that again, which is lovely. Yep. Oh, right. I should put you back on Wi-Fi. Alright, take 2. I need to get the hang of summoning primals correctly. Judging by Thancred and Orange's reactions, it seems most of them were barely recognizable. Far be it from me to worry, but are you sure your memory is alright? Though thou hast grasped the basic principles of summoning, it beareth repeating that such deiform entities are not the product of the memory alone. Nay, a myriad other factors contribute to their corporeal manifestation, in a process not unlike the techniques employed in creation magic. It's like... like, all that happiness drains from Gaia's face, and she's just like, someone make him stop explaining magic to me. I wonder if the effects from the rebalanced ether will spread to the rest of the empty. Perhaps we'll just have to wait and see. Besides, I'm sure we could all do with the rest. I must say, Reen, it's refreshing to see you take a more measured approach for a change. Well, if my experience here has taught me anything, it's that I shouldn't rush into things unprepared. And I've also learned that there are some problems that can't be solved alone. Is that so? Since you freed me from Yulmore, I've met all sorts of kind people who've gone out of their way to help me, and thought that I should do everything in my power to repay their kindness and make the world a better place. But now more than ever, I realize there's a limit to what I can achieve by myself. Even though I was able to summon Shiva, I couldn't control such vast amounts of ether. If Gaia hadn't been there for me, I might never have returned to normal. I could say the same about you. I was trapped in a nightmare, but you freed me. It seems more alike than I thought. We might not be able to do everything by ourselves, but if we look out for each other, then we can face our problems together. That's if you don't mind. No, it's fine. Really. If things don't work out, we can always go our separate ways. But on the other hand, if I can resist the urge to punch you whenever you annoy me, which I must say is quite often, I have no objections to staying around. You thought about punching me? You mean it? Oh, thank you, Gaia. Thancred, you might... You're looking a bit obvious, my dude. May I suggest we continue the conversation in Armorang? Though the empty may now supporteth foliage, the land's normalization hath but begun, and to linger over long still entaileth risks. Is aught the matter, Thancred? Nothing you need worry about. Let's go. I'll never get tired of hearing FF8 music. I haven't heard enough Final Fantasy music from their own games to really say, like, oh yeah, like, I could leave this particular soundtrack on forever. Like, 8 is the only one I know of, like, more completely. 10 I know a little bit about, but it's mostly through osmosis and memes. Same with, like, 13. Well, I guess 7's probably the most I know through pure osmosis, but, yeah. But the soundscapes entirely of those games I've never really actually, kind of grasped. 8's probably the closest, but even then it's really not all that close. Before we do anything else, we should report to Yalfort. He'll want to know how we've been getting on in the empty. God, I hope we get FF10 inspired content so I hear that banger of a battle theme. I mean, it's probably gonna happen. Like, Anima is in Endwalker, so like, there's gonna be something there. Speaking of Maud Sook, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. I can't quite describe it, but it looked squidgy. Oh, sorry, this is Gaia talking. Speaking of Maud Sook, there was a snack of some sort that caught my eye last time. I can't quite describe it, but it looked squidgy? Despite a strong suspicion that I may live to regret it, I'd like to try one. Oh, I think I know the one you mean. They might not look they might not be much to look at, but I bet they taste amazing. Perhaps we could also try a pot of those jellied wrigglers, or whatever they're called. I'll even let you take the first bite. Ew, no thank you. First coffee biscuits, now worms and jelly. Heavens forbid the two of you might actually eat some proper food. What the fuck is wrong with coffee biscuits, Thancred? Aldine, may I ask a favour of thee? Huh? Whilst Thancred and I return unto the Crystarium to inform our comrades of our recent exploits, I would have thee accompany Reen and Gaia to Maud Sook. Oh, okay. Yeah, Anima and rumours of Blitzball finally happening. That's not... No, it's not rumours of Blitzball. It's they're going to add another minigame, and everyone jumped on Blitzball because they already talked about Anima. I don't think that qualifies as rumours. I watched the live letter. Everyone jumped on Blitzball. I don't know where those... Like, I tried to look into it. I don't know where those rumours came from. I'm gonna chalk that up to people being wishful. Blitzball's come up in the past too. Yeah, but that's not the same as rumors of the game being added. Like, I'm sure there's probably references to a lot of shit from previous Final Fantasy games, but like, and there's like an entire raid that's nothing but FF11? Is that what Ivalice is? Is that 11? Or is that 12? I don't know, like, this game is like 12. Okay, 12 in tactics, right. So, like, that has come up, but there hasn't been, like, mechanical inclusions of stuff as, like, mini-games for them, you know what I mean? Like, 14 as a whole is, as I understand now, is incredibly heavy on the references. Like, it's not enough for a thing to just be referenced within the game for it to actually be a thing, because otherwise so many other things could actually be in there. And, like, they've also just put Mahjong in the game too, so, like, even real-world games aren't out of the scope for it. It would be appropriate, but, like, there are people who got, like, when you say there are rumors, there's people speculating. It's got fucking nothing to do with it. It was talked about by devs out of the game around late Heavensward, early Stormblood, if I remember correctly. Okay. Sure. That's probably closer, but that's still not much, in my opinion, at least. Trust all is well, Miss Gaia? It will be once we get out of this desert town. If I have to spend another night in that dingy little room, I shall scream. I'm terribly sorry to hear that the accommodation was less than satisfactory. We'll investigate the availability of more comfortable lodgings post-haste. Yes, I think we'll be staying in Mord Suk, at least for the time being. It might take a while for me to write the report, as our expedition was rather eventful. Aldine, I really appreciate everything you've done, and I'm sorry for all the trouble I've put you through. Still fretting about that, are you? What's done is done. Besides, it's all worked out in the end, didn't it? You're right. Now, how about we treat out... I really should actually zoom in during these conversations so I can see the characters react. Like, I'm so used to that not being a thing, or it being like PS2 acting where you can clearly see what's going on, but there's a lot more subtler stuff going on in these scenes that, like, that are probably worth paying attention to, especially when those kind of, like, emotes are on the level of things that are meant to be seen within a cutscene. I probably should be zooming in on these conversations a lot more. You're right. Now, how about we treat ourselves... how about that treat we promised ourselves? They might not have coffee biscuits here, but I've heard the Wriggler cakes are to die for. Or is that you'll die from eating them? Well, only one way to find out, I guess. Sure, trying the local delicacies will keep us occupied between writing reports and thinking about the next plan of action. Hopefully we'll have another chance to visit the Empty to see how things are coming along. And don't even think about leaving me behind. Wouldn't dream of it. If the trials for Endwalker are 10-themed, I'll be satisfied because it looks like the 8 and 24-man raids are 14 original stuff. Yeah. Well... No, wait, wasn't Anima... I feel like Anima was going to be one of the 8-mans, wasn't it? I've been meaning to look over that live letter, because there's stuff that... There's stuff in that I want to re-listen to. Like, I do this all the time. Like, paying close attention to the actual language used is usually kind of important for that kind of thing. Oh, Anima is a story trial. Oh, okay. They showed the pic and said, this is something you will fight. Okay, right. I guess I must have assumed that, that would have been an 8-man raid thing. Whilst, or like a 8-man raid thing, whereas like Pandemonium was like the 24-man, but Yeah. But this is why I want to go back and rewatch that, because, like, I honestly can't remember at this point. Worlds apart. Yelfort is the bearer of tidings of some description. Okay, great. Good news. Or at least it has the potential to be good news. I received word from Master Riolge. Unfortunately, the message was rather thin on details. He only requested that we return to the Crystarium and meet him at the Wandering Stairs. Not the most likely of places for an important meeting, but I suppose you might be able to squeeze in a pint or two while you're there. Teleport first. No. Fuck. Excited for the new DPS class, whether it ends up being. I'm not super into healing, but I'm glad they're getting a job to play with in Sage. Sage looks fucking great. I really like the idea of that class, to be honest. Like a magic class that doesn't just, like, project magic, but kind of, like, uses it to control, like, ether-powered weapons, more or less. That's really fucking cool. Like, I guess Red Mage kind of does that, but... yes, the embodiment of I'm a healer, but, yeah. There are only two memes to make from that. There are two core memes to make from that reveal, and it's Gundam, it's Alphino in Gundam memes, and also I'm a healer but memes. I think there's a lot of people that are speculating that, or there seemed to be a lot of speculation that, about this, the new DPS class, and something that actually caught my attention too was, like, the fact that, the fact that Xenos more or less says, I need another weapon for this next encounter. And if you read into that a bit more, weapons are signature to a class and job. But of course, like, it's a melee DPS class, so, like, it doesn't really give that much insight. Though, of course, like... fucking, Yoshida walks out with, like, a, what was it, a Children of Bodom shirt and a, shirt about the Sex Pistols, I think it was? Both of those shirts which have Reapers on them. Whole FC is on the same wavelength with you there. Yeah. Like, that seems too obvious. Like, it would be a crying shame if Xenos just went... no, this is not gonna do, very dramatically, and they just picked up an axe and he's like, I'm a warrior now. Like, oh. Okay. Thought it was gonna be something a bit cooler, but... Pray accept mine apologies for calling thee thither at such short notice. The matter I wish to discuss is of considerable import. If it's that urgent, wouldn't it be quicker to use those link pearl things Reen's been telling me about? These are words best delivered in person. Did Thancred just look away when... oh dear. Did something happen to the empty? Naught that doth warrant our immediate attention. The elements are in a state of equilibrium, and the propagation of flora continues apace. So, what's this about, then? As thou art aware, we are not of this world, hailing from what is referred to as the Source. However, unlike Aldine, Thancred and I exist only as ether given corporeal form. Our bodies remaineth on the Source, though the thread that binds us to them doth grow weaker with the passage of time. Oh, right. This is the same patch that we're going to do the thing... No, hang on. Wait, didn't everyone go back in 5.3? And this bit was released in 5.4? Oh. Wait a minute. Okay, so hold on a minute. I expect Sage's fighting style to be related story-wise to a side quest chain you haven't done yet because of how the thingies move. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is that in Shadowbringers, out of curiosity? Okay, so something to clear up then. Okay. I will have to try and track that down then. Okay, so something for me then, just so I understand this correctly. My understanding was that there was a Alliance raid and the 8-man raid released in, like, every other patch, right? So I think it was, it would have been the near raids on the odd patches and Eden on the even patches. And if this is the third wing of no, there's 4 wings. Shit. Okay, no, I was wrong. Okay, no. That's right. Wait, no, are there 3? No, there's only 3 wings of Eden, right? Yeah, even patches are full party and odd patches are alliance. Right. So wouldn't this have been 5.4 then? Or is this a quest that's at the end of the 5.2 bit of this raid? Well, actually, no. Newest Girl said it before. This is after 5.2. So this would have been something that was added in 5.2. This is the capstone quest for 5.2 Eden. Okay, cool. No worries. Because, yeah, I was about to say, like, wait a minute. If we've gotten into that, then... But, yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, weaker with the passage of time. And if you stay here too long, you might even not be... you might never be able to return. Precisely. Now, with the wheels of change in the empty set in motion, we believe this a fitting juncture to take our leave. We shall but regret not being present to see the transformation reach its completion. Right, they wouldn't have seen the last wing of... Oh, shit. Well, this is going to be interesting. That hardly seems worth losing your bodies over, though. If you have to go back to your own world, who are we to stop you? I always knew this day would come. I just... We'll still have Gaia and Aldine. I know that you'll see this through to the end. Together. We will. I may not be half the woman that Minfilia was, but I have friends I can turn to. They might be brutally honest in their opinion at times. Or prefer to save their words and let their actions do the talking. But I wouldn't have it any other way. This is so fucking funny. It's like, Reen is like this, like, ray of fucking sunshine, and her 2 best friends are 2 goth-looking motherfuckers. One who's, like, brutally honest, and the other that, like, literally rips primals apart. Oh, that's fucking great. Just promise you won't transform into... No. We won't let you down. My 2 goth friends will help me. I can't say what the future might bring. I can't say what the future might bring. No doubt Reen and Gaia will need your support in the days to come. Alas, the mysteries surrounding the fairy are yet to be solved. Whether thou shouldst find the answers that thou seekst at, or nay, lend not thine ears to its honeyed words, nor for thy will is thine own. Never forget this. I won't. The time of our departure is at hand. Yet know that no matter where we may be, ever shall we pray for your success. With Orange and Thancred set to leave the First, it seems wise to share this development with Yalfort, who will continue to oversee expeditions into the Empty. Great, so we go back to Maud Sook just to... Yep. Great. Oh, right, I've got a... my warrior... Auto mod, that was a bit much. You didn't really need to block that one. You're back sooner than I expected. Is everything all right? Oh dear, that's rather unfortunate. Dare say it's something jolly important for them to leave in such a hurry. In any case, I wish them the best of luck, whether their work or wherever their work may take them. I shall remain here and hold the fort, as it were, and make the necessary provisions should any further forays into the Empty be required. Safe travels, Master Aldine. I could appreciate it getting blocked considering the hive of scum and villainy that use that word to attack women who stream. Yep, no, yep. I'll just have to be on the lookout when that happens, because they didn't just... It blocked a combo of words. I'm sure you could probably piece together what, but yeah, it wasn't just blocking the one word. I think it's trying to spot a pattern, but it was like start, middle, and end, and it was just like, you missed a whole lot of context in that sentence, Twitchbot. Yalford is engrossed in the slip of paper in his hands that he barely notices your approach. Do try not to startle him. Aldine, so the rumors of your knack for being in the right place at the right time are true. You see, we've just completed our preparations for another expedition into the Empty. Okay. Miss Reen and Miss Gaia agree that it's high time you all went to see how things are coming along. Though I must say, being at their beck and call night and day does test my patience on occasion. Well, well, fancy seeing you here. Oh. Hey, girls. Aldine! We were just getting ready for another ride on the Sky Slipper. Care to join us? I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna walk there. There was one other thing I should mention before you depart. Now that the situation in Yulmore has settled down somewhat, my associates have made some headway in investigating your past, Miss Gaia. Oh. Is that so? Hmm? I thought that's what you wanted. So did I. I quite like the way things are now. Digging around my past might, I don't know, spoil it somehow. Besides uncovering the truth behind the voice in my head and my strange powers. Besides, uncovering the truth behind the voice in my head and my strange powers is bound to be more interesting than whatever life it was I had in Yulmore. I understand. We'll find the answers. Together. Just like we do everything else. Oh, shit. I didn't actually see if either of them were wearing that. They aren't. Oh, you mean from the ice crystal we found after the battle? I'm sure it would have melted by now, but it seems Reen was right. And yes, we had it made into a necklace. She insisted that I have it, even though it doesn't suit me at all. Still, I suppose it makes a nice memento, so keep it safe. So I keep it safe somewhere, or somewhere safe. Oh, come on, Gaia, it looked lovely on you. Wait, you're not embarrassed to wear it, are you? Don't be silly. Of course I'm not. In any case, I would want to lose it while we're in the Empty. Unlike the coffee biscuits you brought along, I can't just go and buy another one. Ah, they were supposed to be a surprise for Aldine. And in case you were wondering, I haven't been neglecting my training. wouldn't want my skills to get rusty just because Thancred's not around. I'm ready for whatever lies ahead. Riange would also be pleased to hear you've had your head in those fusty old tomes. I've even been doing a bit of studying myself. After all, it's up to us to take care of the empty now. I'm looking forward to seeing how things have changed since our last visit. Come on, let's head over to the derrick. I'm sure we'll get there and everything will be fine, requiring absolutely no intervention on our part whatsoever. Oh, actually, before I go, I need to talk to you. Because I want to look at that and see if there was anything I wanted. It's not bad. I don't mind it. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, you know what? I'll grab both of those. Oh yeah, I might as well grab the gloves while I'm at it. Complete the set. So now I just need the... What does the hat look like? Wow, that... am not a fan of that at all. I guess I'll just get the boots then. Right. Yeah, like, I do kind of feel bad on, like, needing everything and then realizing, needing all of those tokens and then realizing, like, I don't like some of them, but... I feel like at this stage, especially for the earlier, fuck, I really should have had a look at the other pieces of gear while I was there. Oh, fuck it. Old gear, it's fine. Yeah, exactly. But now that I'm getting into, like, store... Oh, well, I guess it's not even Savage stuff, so, like, people aren't going to be pining for it that much, but... Yeah. I don't suppose you fancy taking the helm this time? Driving minigame, let's go. Wait, I'll pilot this time. Oh? I didn't realize you knew how. While you were off training, I was practicing with another sky slipper they have at the Crystarium. Really? That's fantastic. Hardly. You've been pulling more than your own weight, and I just wanted to do what I can to contribute more. So you two can sit back and relax. Sit back, relax, and leave it to me. So no need to look so apprehensive, you know. Let's get going, shall we? For this set of raids, you get one piece per duty per week. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I suppose that's for it being current. Wait, so, like, as in you get one token each, and it's not just a one token for everyone that everyone gets to roll on? It's so strange suddenly seeing you with the controls. Why didn't you tell me you've been practicing? I thought it'd surprise you, that's all. Oh, consider me surprised. All this time I thought you were only good for smashing things with your hammer. Huh. Bring that up again and you can walk the rest of the way. The drops will be like the ones, like the others, you can just only get one item. Oh, okay, so I can only receive a maximum of one. Right, I see what you mean. I'd best behave. I want to get stranded in the empty and miss the festival. Sorry, the what? Oh, I suppose this is the first you would have heard of it. We haven't exactly been keeping it a secret, but it's still in the planning stages. You see, the return of the night sky has brought lots of changes, and while everyone is glad, the reality is it's also been quite stressful, having to adapt to a new way of life. Seeing how hard our elders are working to keep the Crystarium running, youths like myself came up with the idea of hosting an event as a way of expressing our appreciation. Once we return from the empty, I'll be helping one of the organizers. Or as one of the organizers. I'd offer help, but I think you have everything well in hand. I'm also definitely not the organizing type. I wouldn't be so sure about that, but I'd try my best to make it a success. If everything goes well, all you need to do is turn up and enjoy yourself. How about you, Gaia? Would you like to help with the festival? What's that? I haven't been listening. My leg is cramping a bit. Piloting this thing must have made me more tense than I'd realized. Then let one of us take over. No, I'll be fine. Well, as long as you're sure. If you feel like switching places, just say the word. Squeamed. Uh-oh. No. How can this be? Well, unless it's going winter, I'd say things are kind of dying off. I think that explains it. Is that light? Light? Does this mean there's still too much of it in the empty? I'm no expert, but this might be a result of losing control when you restored the ice element. Even though I tried to use darkness to hold back the light spilling forth, it seems it wasn't enough. Then we're right back to where we started. This is all my fault. No, Reem, you mustn't blame yourself. You have returned to me. Restore the darkness while you still can. A familiar voice, an inescapable fate, promise of salvation at the precipice of ruin. I like how it's now using this new dialogue box that we had at the end of 5.3, I think it was. Rather than using what is essentially the like previously using the link pearl thing or the otherworldly voice thing. In the remnants of a lost past, I would find my truth. Fear of the dark. Gaia appears to be conversing with the voice inside her head. Which is a great sign off the bat. Restore darkness. What did you say, Gaia? Restore the darkness to the world flooded by light. Ah, that's it. We thought we restored balance to the six elements, but perhaps they're still too strongly aligned with light. If that's the case, maybe we can set things right by using darkness. By using darkness? Are you serious? But hold on, it might actually work. Yeah, because I guess the logic is that, like, if light is still prevalent, then things are going to tend towards stasis, and that balance needs to be restored in the empty as well, to further the propagation of it, because not only is light too prevalent here, thus things are out of balance, but it's also out of balance in the way of stagnation, so restoring it and putting back a bit more of growth, I guess you put it, back into everything would hopefully set things right. Gaia, that's a brilliant idea. I wouldn't go that far. I just remembered what I learned during our adventures, that's all. But this does mean we'll need to call on your services again. That's alright with you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I do. We've come this far together, and we'll see our mission to the end, to Eden's Call. This seems like another one of those situations where it's like, well, the right thing to do is actually the thing that's going to play into something's hands. Whether or not what we're about to do is a bad thing, though. Right, let's get started. But, are there any primals aligned with darkness? I can't seem to recall any. No. It's only the start of the last raid tier. What could possibly go wrong, right? Hang on, I've got to turn this down a little bit for me. Yeah, I guess there wasn't... Like, any manifestation of darkness we've really fought is, like, Ascians. Which aren't the same. Like, the primal we know of that's most aligned with darkness is... something we probably shouldn't summon willy-nilly. Oh, before you do the resistance weapon, you should go do the binding coil of Bahamut. Oh, fuck me. I don't know if I can even complete that before I do the resistance weapon, but then again, I haven't even done any Evil East progress, so, like, I don't know, maybe I can do that tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't think there's really one that makes sense. I mean, like, there was, like, for a quest, I think, to do with, the Zodiac weapons, I think I went and killed Diabolos. But that, like, A, not really a primal, B, well, not really a primal as we know it, B, probably not, like, the manifestation of darkness, really, but... The Ascian's god Zodiac may be suitable. We need something that Aldine has actually encountered, preferably defeated. Well, does it have to be a primal for it to work? If it's just a lot of darkness that we need, perhaps there are other ways to get it. You may be right. What we ultimately need is a state of highly charged darkness. It shouldn't matter what form it takes. Does anything come to mind, Aldine? I dare say the Flood of Darkness had a fair bit of darkness. Oh! No! What's her name from the 13th? The Cloud of Darkness? That would probably do it, right? Not really a primal, but... You mean the catastrophe that swallowed the 13th and turned it into a lifeless void? We might need something on a slightly smaller scale. I mean, there was a being in there that basically caused it. A cloud of darkness. Got it in one. I can't begin to imagine how powerful it must have been. I'd say we found the perfect candidate. But where to find a suitable place? When darkness is strong. It won't be easy in a world flooded by light. Well, we've got the Warrior of Darkness and the Oracle of Darkness right here. Seems like a good enough spot to me. We've been so in sync with Shadowbringers left my ass off. Well, I mean, to be fair, like once it actually put the question in front of me, I was like, oh no, we actually have. Like, to be fair, I sat there without prompting and went, no, I can't think of one. And then when it mentioned the flood, I was like, oh, the 13th, right? Like, I'm kind of picking up the crumbs it's throwing as opposed to me, like, calling it. But, you should be able to solo all but one of them, honestly. Right. But what about the light-aligned ether that's all around us? That's where you come in. You can suppress the light while I draw out the darkness. By combining our powers, we can make it work wherever we are. Combining our powers. Yes. Between us, there's nothing we can't achieve. Don't be afraid, Gaia. What? She wasn't the one that was doubting them. I'm not afraid, just very concerned that this will all go horribly wrong. Which is the same thing, I suppose. Anyway, it's certainly not easy coming up with these plans by ourselves. That's true. When this is over, we can reward ourselves with all sorts of delicious treats at the festival. Festival? What do you mean? We spoke about it on the way here, remember? I asked you if you wanted to take part. I was busy piloting the Sky Slipper, so I probably wasn't paying attention. Oh, well, not to worry. We can talk about that later. Right now, we've got a job to do. I'm sure that's fine. I'll draw out the ambient ether, and I'll shift its alignment to darkness. Now, Aldine, focus your thoughts. Memories of the cloud of darkness enshroud your mind. I'll be gotta fix my login stuff for work computers, all my certs are getting denied. Oh, lovely. I know how that goes. Good luck. Okie dokie. Umbra. I wonder who we're gonna fight. Oh, well, I mean, it's gonna be... Yeah. It's gonna be the fucking Cloud of Darkness. Oh my god, and it's in the same arena as that fucking eye boss. Though balance had supposedly been restored to the 6 elements, it seems that they are still strongly aligned in favor of light. To rectify this, you and your companions seek to call forth an embodiment of darkness, and by its defeat, restore life to the empty. Ooh, 5 minutes, jeez. Can we interrupt the Ivalice cutscene for a 3rd fucking time? I can't wait. Fuck. Please just... Thank you. Alrighty. Streamlabs, why do you keep disappearing? Thank you. God. Oh my god, I'm going the wrong way again. Why do I keep forgetting that I'm going to the Ruby Bazaar instead of the ship? Yep, I'm ready to enter. Alright. Time to burn through the dialogue once again. Hi Hancock, how's it going? Oh my god. I couldn't even speed through the cutscene. Well, maybe someday we'll get there.
I'm drawing out the darkness. Get ready.
Is this the same as Eden Prime's fight music? I actually can't remember. I think it is. Oh my god, that looks like Ultimecia.
It worked, Gaia.
Wait, I
We've
think?
done it.
Maybe? Potentially a combination of the two, to be honest. But... What is going on? I don't understand. I missed a fucking thing because of... Okay. Unable to jump due to the... Oh. Okay, nice. Huh? Oh, I'm still alive. Okay. Fuck, I thought I died there for a second, but I think someone else did. Hello? Oh my fucking god. Oh, I love playing with lag. Either that or my mouse is still dying and I haven't fixed it. Oh my fucking god. Oh my... Come on. Please, just hit the buttons I'm telling you to. I'm begging you. Oh, right, I can't jump. My fucking... Can't see the fucking pass bar. I hope this is okay to do now. Yeah, I know. I mentioned that literally after I realized. Break the tethers. Right, she gets pulled back towards where those things are pointing. Oh, I'm gonna get fucking... I just blew my fucking... That was dumb. Is that the summoner that just did Terra Flare? Oh my god. Okay, fine. Here. Right, so if I only get one shot, I mean, I'm gonna try that. Nope. Boots. No, helm. Okay. Ooh, that. Oh, right, I have to manually pass on those. God, that's gonna take forever to get through. The gear for this tier is the same eye level as Exarchic. Oh, okay, so I basically have access to... Or Cat Tone Stones -1, -10. Cool. I mean, then I just need to worry about them for Mogs, really, because I feel like I'm gonna get, like, enough revelations to completely bypass that, but... This all went surprisingly well. Of course, we have Aldine to thank for slaying that ghastly creature. You're fantastic, Gaia. Anyone would think you're an old hand at this. Yeah, they would, wouldn't they? You weren't so bad yourself. We made quite the team, don't we? Or quite a team. We certainly do. I don't know about you two, but I'm itching to see whether our hard work has paid off. Let's head back. They're also just handing out material. But then again, I suppose that makes sense, because, like, every time you get new gear, you'd have to throw it back into it. Or throw materia back into it. The plants are just as lifeless as they were before. Maybe the light's influence is still too strong? The fuck is that? In the world? Gay, gay, homosexual, gay. In fleeting hues and endless warmth, a gentle light washed over me. A glimmer of hope once lost. Imagine the fairy comes back and it's like, understand the meaning of the light. What are you talking about? Gay, gay, homosexual, gay. I'm sorry. That particular joke has fucking slayed me, and I've seen so many memes of it that are way too applicable that it's just stuck in my mind. Gaia is more than a little vexed that your last outing did not result in greater changes in the Empty. You did very scales away from the light, I'm sure of it. But something's wrong. Very wrong. For 100 long years, I have waited for this moment. I knew it. You've been hiding inside Eden all this time. What if it is Eden? Well, I mean, it probably isn't, but... Oh. Who? We haven't met, yet you have a red mask. An Ascian. I am Mitron, servant of Zodiac. Yeah, I mean, we gathered. The voice that has whispered to me all my life. Indeed, and thanks to you, I am all but free from my prison of light. Does that mean Eden was used to seal away an Ascian? Wait. That is Eden. An Ascian transformed into a Sin Eater. I was half right. Oh my god. What the fuck? Huh. I've heard enough about Ascians to know they're nothing but trouble, but I never imagined that one of them was behind all this. I thought that restoring the darkness was my idea, but this was your plan from the very beginning. It was. But all it took was the slight suggestion. The rest was entirely your own doing. My freedom is so close, I can almost taste it. Finally, my soul may journey beyond the flesh to which I am yet bound. I knew you would come for me, Gaia. Don't flatter yourself. You've caused me nothing but pain. If I've helped you, it wasn't intentional. Even now, your memories elude you. Hearken unto me, Gaia, and remember. In an age past, the world you knew as the 13th was flooded by darkness. Like ripples in water, the repercussions were felt in other shards. No more so than here on the first. It became perilously imbalanced and susceptible to the influence of light. Were light to consume the first as darkness did the 13th, it would likewise become a lifeless void, lost to our cause. We could not allow this mistake to be repeated. It was our duty to safeguard this world from the selfsame fate. After a time, Emmett Selk, convinced of a plan to trigger a rejoining, utilizing the very light we had labored to keep in check, hadn't tasked us with bringing... hang on a second. After a time, Emmett Selk conceived of a plan to trigger a rejoining, utilizing the very light we had labored to keep in check, and tasked us with bringing the plan to fruition. Okay, so initially the Ascians were like, oh, Jesus Christ, we can't have another world fall. And then Emmett Selk was like, okay, but what if? And convinced everyone to just let it happen. Or move it into that direction. But at last, we were thwarted by Artbert and his companions. Though our resolve was strong, theirs was stronger still. As we fell, so too was the light unleashed. Hang on, wait, did I read that correctly? After a time, Emmett Selk conceived of a plan to trigger a rejoining, utilizing the very light we had labored to keep in check, and tasked us with bringing the plan to fruition. But at the last we were thwarted by Ardbert and his companions. Though our resolve was strong, theirs was stronger still, and as we fell, so too was the light unleashed. Oh, so maybe Emmett had a different plan for how the light would be utilized then. Interesting. For us, however, death is not the end. Though our bodies may perish, our souls live on, withdrawing but temporarily to the rift. Until you can find a new body to possess. I too would have been reborn, but ere my soul could leave its corporeal form, Ardbert struck me with a blade of purest light. That light enveloped my body, twisting it beyond recognition. Uh-oh. Eden, the first Sin Eater. Oh! Wait, so it wasn't even the Ascians that caused the flood? Oh my god. I've been convinced for a while that, the Ascians kind of tipped the scales in the favor of them, but no, it was just incidental that this could have ended up in a calamity. Oh, sorry, in a rejoining. The Ascians had a goal, the Warriors of Light had a different goal. The Warriors of Light struck down the Ascians, but in so doing, literally created the flood. Or the thing that would bring about the flood. Oh, Eden, the first Sin Eater. My soul felt such agony as I had never known. And then I knew no more. In my insensate, instinctive state, influenced by Ardbert's fervent desire to banish darkness, I unleashed the light burgeoning within me, and it spread as an all-consuming wave to every corner of the world. The flood of light. So that's how Sin Eaters came to be. All would have been lost had not the one called Minfilia appeared. Halting the light's inexorable advance, she saved what little still remained of the world. In the process, she also restored to me a sliver of my consciousness, though I remained trapped in my altered form. Motionless, I was capable only of feeble whispering. Emmett Selk. Couldn't he have saved you? That's a very good question. Perhaps he could have, if such had been his wish. Far easier, however, to simply find another piece of my fractured soul to replace me. Oh, yeah. And I suppose in the end that, Emmett kind of used the situation wrought by Eden causing the flood to possibly bring about another calamity, or another rejoining, and restoring Eden to their previous state may have hindered that plan somewhat. From his perspective, there was no need to intervene and potentially disturb with the There was no need to intervene and potentially disturb with the balance of ether. I don't know if that sentence makes sense. There was no need to intervene and potentially disturb the balance of ether, and so here I remained. Yeah, that makes sense. So after you failed, he left you here to rot. Some friend he turned out to be. Thus abandoned, I called out to what seemed like an eternity. I called out for what seemed like an eternity to the only soul who could have saved me. You, Gaia. All this time, you were calling to me for help. Good news, my certs aren't broken. The portal that authenticates everything is. Oh, lovely. Well, it's not your fault then. That's easy done. Yeah, so we just found out that Eden is in fact a twisted Ascian. Yes, but you had forgotten me. Forgotten our duty. Though vestiges of your true power remained, you could not wield it at all. At will. Time went by, and eventually change came. The light began to subside, and the dark of night returned. Gradually, my voice grew stronger until I was able to exert my will over you. That's the newest follower. I didn't want to say anything about it. Yeah, no, so the thing I gathered at some point was, the thing I gathered at some point was someone followed me. Fuck, I actually need to change that. I'm gonna just change that to my Twitter. Like, I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I have to stare at a spoiler like that if that or those dipshits decide to do this again. But yeah, like, I was even looking at some of their, follower names, and they didn't make sense, or were just wrong. So I was like, oh, okay, if I see a 14 characters name in that, stop reading, it's not correct. Done. You wanted me to free your soul from Eden, which is why you had me attack it. Another plan that ended in failure, thanks to Aldine. Indeed. Thankfully, your subsequent attempts to restore this barren land allowed Eden to absorb more and more ether aligned closer to darkness, gradually eroding the cage of light that holds me. Owing to your most recent efforts, my mind is wholly my own once more, and I am able to project my image beyond those confines. Then all this time we've been helping to free an Ascian? That's a fine tale. Why should I care about any of it? What are you to me? Come with me to Eden's core. There, all shall become clear. Wait! No, wait! I've just realized something. If Eden has been restoring all that rebalanced... has been absorbing all that rebalanced ether, that must be why we've struggled to restore life to the empty. I suppose we can think about that later, though. More importantly, it seems I've lost control over Eden, most likely because of the Ascian. Oriange specifically warned us about not listening to the fairy's honeyed words, so we'd better think this through before we go rushing in. It's not even a thing worth spoiling, Lamau, so it gets revealed pretty early in the tier. Yeah, like, I think the second that Gaia appeared as a character, people were, characters in-game were going, Ascian? Like, it's fucking, yeah. Oh, if only he and Thancred were here now. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Gaia. I shouldn't be so quick to lose heart. What? No, that's not what I meant. Who are Oriange and Thancred? Wait. I know those people. I'm sure of it. But why can't I remember them? I thought something was strange when I mentioned the festival on board Eden. It was as though you had no recollection of our earlier conversation. This is most likely connected to Mitron. Damn it all. What more is that fiend going to take from me? To tell the truth, the thing that frightens me most is that you might forget about us. That won't happen. If every memory I lose, we'll make two more together. If I need to know something, I can just ask you. Why not start by telling me about Oriange and Thancred? To be honest, my nerves are all a jitter, so I need something to help me settle down before we confront Mitron. What if 51st dates but in 14? Oriange is probably the most intelligent person I know. He spends a lot of time reading, but he also says that you can't learn everything from books, and encouraged me to go out and see the world for myself. Sounds sensible to me. Much better to experience things firsthand than to read about someone else's. Like those coffee biscuits. No book could ever describe how good they taste. Is there anything else you can tell me about him, Aldine? He's devoted to the study of prophecies. He can walk on water until he can't. Just immediately throw him under the bus. Hey Charles, how's it going? Prophecies are funny things, if you ask me. If people know that something terrible is going to happen, they'll go and prevent it, which would make the prophecy untrue. Wonder what Oriange would say to that. I don't know, whatever he said about it in the trailer, if I remember correctly. As for Thancred, he's the one who freed me from Yulmore. At first I thought of him as my knight in shining armor, but really, he was much more than that. We travelled all over Norvrand, and he helped me become the person I am today. He even gave me my name. He's also an expert in infiltration. His gift for song won the heart of many a fair lady, or so he claims. That would explain how he was able to sneak into Yulmore and rescue the damsel in distress, just like in the songs. I'm hardly a damsel in distress. Well, I suppose I was back then. But Thancred taught me how to fight and survive. Oh, right. Sure. Because he couldn't take that with him. Actually, while we're on the subject, that gunblade over there belonged to Thancred. As far as mementos go, it's a bit on the cumbersome side, but it reminds me of our adventures together. Even though there's little chance I'll ever see him again, it still feels like he's here with me. Keeping your memories close. You know, I'm reminded of the moment I realized that there were a bunch of Garlean characters who basically had their like forehead kind of covered because it would be a dead giveaway that they're Garleans. Not that I can think of one for wrists, mind you, but like, Yeah, how have you been, newest girl? I forgot to actually ask that when you showed up. I think we just started talking about 14 because, well, I mean, the stream and all that, but... You know what? I should keep a diary. Even I forget... Oh my god, this is turning into 50 last dates. 50 first dates. Even if I forget everything, at least I will have something to look back on. That's a brilliant idea. Since we're going to be making lots of new memories together, maybe I could write in it too? As long as you improve your handwriting before you go scrolling all over it. I like our entries to be vaguely legible, if you don't mind. Or your entries. Of course, your ladyship. Wasn't that what I said to her? But before that, we've got an Ascian to deal with. Let's get this over with. It was good to hear about our friends, but I still have no recollection of them whatsoever. It's just like all those things Mitron was saying. How can I even tell if they're true or not if I don't remember? Started doing better once my therapist got back from vacation. I had a lot of stuff happen at once while he was gone. Oh, fuck, that's rough. I'm sorry that... Yeah, that must have been a rough time. How long were they on vacation for? There's no point dwelling on it, though. Nothing for it but to press on. When I think back on the days I spent with everyone, it's always the tiny, frivolous details that spring to mind. Smiles, little gestures. It's not as though I made a conscious effort to remember them, but they stuck with me all the same. I suppose that's what memories are. A collection of all those seemingly insignificant moments. While they may not have a huge difference in the grand scheme of things, they mean the world to me. Okay, Mitron. What do you want to talk about? Also, is this the first Ascian that's appeared dark-skinned in their, like, soul form? I think it is. Hell, I don't think there have been any people possessed by Ascians that... Well, I mean, then again, this game is incredibly white, so, like... Well, beyond the Alamegans. Beyond a lot of the Alamegans. Which I guess is a significant chunk of the cast. But... for the most part... Oh, fuck, I think ever since we came to the first, too. Like, there's been, like, maybe a background character or something like that. I'm starting to want to try and pay attention more to that sometimes, because, like, even having an eye towards that, sometimes I can completely miss it. Like, oh, Jesus Christ, the entire cast is kind of white. My stream is buffering like crazy, but I think it's on my end. Yeah, I haven't dropped any frames, although I suppose Newest Girl may not actually get that. Yeah, I haven't dropped any frames or anything. Hey, got the email that I'm off for today. Nice, Charles. Surprise day off. Gonna restart my phone real quick. Yeah, no worries, Newest Girl. Do what you do. Do what you have to. Oh god, there's so much snow outside. Ugh, yeah, well, I mean, yeah, it's probably a good thing that you don't actually have to go to work then. Like, sorry, I just reconnected to, like, oh yeah, like, it's like, almost dangerous being outside. At the moment where you are. We came as you asked, so start talking. Why settle for mere words when I offer something far greater? Eden will now afford you a glimpse of the past. More than a glimpse, in fact. It will be as real as any of the foes you yourselves have conjured forth. Which is funny, considering we were just pointing out that, like, every single thing we've summoned has been imperfect recreations of the thing I actually faced. Conjured forth? Wait, you don't need to perform a summoning, do you? I do. I shall recreate the battle of 100 years past, which pitted Ardbert and his fellow warriors of light against their nemesis, the Shadow Keeper. What's that got to do with... Just as Em itself recreated the final days of Amarant. Is that so? It seems much more has occurred during my absence. No doubt he employed creation magics to breathe life into his recollections of the past. What do you hope to achieve with this history lesson of yours? You shall see. You shall remember. Now, your very soul will revisit that fateful day 100 years ago. Gaia, you can't trust Mitron. If you do, you'll end up being manipulated again. Reen. You're right. My days of being controlled by this demon are over. I have a new life now, but I won't let anyone take that away from me. My will is my own. You have no hold over me. This is all you're doing, accursed minions of light. I should be the one at her side, not you or anyone else. I will take her beyond the reach of your poisonous influence and keep her safe. Yeah, we really should have seen that coming. What have you done with Gaia? Nothing yet, but soon I will restore her to her true self, and you will help me to do so, by conquering the adversary I present before you. Oh. We just get blinked outside. Now shoo, I need to go prepare a summoning. I knew it was risky trusting an Ascian, but he played right into Mitron's hands. Do whatever it takes to save Gaia. There's no choice but to do as Mitron says. Perhaps, but I doubt that'll be the end of it. It's clear that Mitron has no intention of returning Gaia to us, but there may yet be an opportunity to free her. In the chaos of conflict, one can always find an opening to exploit. Of course, it's the conflict part that comes first, but Vardbert was able to overcome this foe, and so can you. Looks like Mitron's grasp on Eden has loosened somewhat. Perhaps to allow me to send you to the battlefield? Once you get there, don't let your guard down. While this may be a reenactment of a memory in history, the threat you face is very real. Whatever happens, you must make it through this. Guy is counting on us. Litany. The Ascian Mitron appears before you and not only reveals the true nature of Eden, but also claims to share a past with Gaia. The shadowy visitor lures you into Eden's core, where Gaia is spirited away. To have any hope of rescuing her, you must comply with the Ascian's demand to reenact the fateful battle between the Warriors of Light and the Shadow Keeper. Ah, good. 5 minutes again. I'm sure we'll get through absolutely none of this cutscene for the 4th time. Ethernet, the Ruby Bazaar. I guess it would also help if I, like, teleported there the last couple of times, like I did just then. But, apparently that's too much to expect of me. Alright. Yes. Why do you keep leaving mid-conversation? Like, I've got stuff to do in the future that, like... You know what? It's too complicated to explain. Don't worry about it. Oh, Jesus. Don't do that. That's some settings. Can we get past where we got before? That is the question. we might actually get back to it. Fourth Legion is already ready to discipline ranks. It's standards 1. Cool. Okay, this is where we were. Dover as a full-fledged ally would serve far better to strengthen our cause than a few temporary soldiers. Yes, even if we were able to wrest Dalmasca from the Empire's grasp, without unity amongst your people, the resulting chaos could prove even more perilous to the kingdom. You'll understand much of our situation. It's almost like they were in the same position. And based on that understanding, you would refuse your aid to Linti's tears. Am I correct? Do not mistake me. Lord Hien's refusal is but a message to help you plan your next step. You have a wise master. He understands that without proper planning, driving one enemy from your midst simply creates room for the next. Lady Fran will no doubt be pleased to hear that your response was exactly what she expected. Yeah, that's about right. You knew this whole time that your demands would be rejected, yet still you let this farce play out? You have my apologies, but this was all necessary to prove an important point to our leader. Oh, okay, bye you two. Damn it. Lady Fran needed to show the princess just exactly what she was getting herself into, and your honesty told today will serve us better than any hollow promise. Thank you. Wait, what about the Golmore jungle? God damn it! Genomus will not be pleased. Does that end the cutscene? Oh, it might. Oh, shit. Oh, we got past it. Nice. Oh my god, progress. Now just... Yep. Let's go. Good, more FF8 music. I wonder what this encounter's gonna be like.
So this all took place 100 years ago. But what does it have to do with Gaia?
Ravening anti-hero, Shadowkeeper. Okie dokie. Damn it. Saw that one. Oh my god, I'm learning. Oh my god, I wasn't paying attention. Shit. I think I got past it, yep. Right, so the one that's tethered is going to do the, attack. I just wasted further ruin. Nice. Oh god. Great. He was doing so well. Alright. Now I know what you're up to. What the fuck? Oh, god damn it. I fucked that up immensely. What the fuck is... Oh my... I... Oh my fucking... This fight is fun, the next one is pretty tough until you learn the gimmick. I mean, this one had a gimmick to it and I just didn't fucking get it. Which... Oh! 90 fucking 7. I mean... I should have just waited it out. That seems kind of messed up. Like... fuck me, that was stupid. But I don't know how else I'm supposed to get out of that. Like, if I understand correctly, the first piece of gear you get is the only one you can get. But if everyone just places their bet on one piece of gear, then you have to wait the entire 300 seconds to get to the end, right? Like... Doesn't that just, like, almost always end up in a gridlock where everyone's just standing there waiting for another person to make all their rolls? Why does this all seem so familiar? Mitron's returned Gaia to us, but I've a feeling this isn't over yet. You'd be right about that. People typically know which one token they most want and which one or two, if any, they don't mind getting. Right, so I guess it's etiquette to, like... Yeah, I don't know, it's weird, because, like, on one hand, like, like, let's take me for example, right? I probably want the chest and the legs, because those make up the majority of your glamour, right? With, like, the gloves and the boots taking, like, a secondary role. So if I see all 4 of them rolled, right? So there's tokens for all of them. I'd probably roll on the chest primarily. If I got the, like, pants, sure, okay. And if I got boots and gloves, like, okay, whatever, I guess I'll take that. But, if I was really, really keen on the chest, I would make one roll, pass on everything else that I could, but I'd want to keep a couple around in case I could roll on it again. But I guess the logic is that if you don't get anything from your one clear, you can go back in and try again? Like, if you pass on everything, but you can still get one piece of gear, can you do the fight again to get it? Or at least people in my server talk and divvy up who rolls for what. Well, yeah, but, like, you still have to do that in public, right? Because we're just literally duty rouletting that. Like that feels like it's just engineering the scenario for people to just... but then again, I guess, like, if you're dead set on one, you probably not roll on any of them, roll on the one you want, pass on all of them, and then redo the fight again. But if you're like me and you're like, oh, there's a few that I could go, I wouldn't roll on every single one of them. Standoffs can happen where one person really wants X but will settle for Y, and someone else wants Y but will settle for X, and neither wants to pass on their second choice because they might lose the one they want, but it's unusual. Okay, I guess if it's not that common, then that's, like, a different thing, but that seems like it would happen a bit more often than I would have thought. Or I guess than unusual, anyway. The Warriors of Light. The Shadowkeeper. I've seen this all before. Yes. You and I joined our power as one to create the Shadowkeeper. We bore witness to its battle with the Warriors of Light. Our power? So I was there. And I wasn't alone. No, Gaia, it's not true. It can't be. How can you have been there 100 years ago? Reen? You literally know why. Look deep inside. You know it was real. Cast aside those worthless memories and embrace who you truly are. Worthless? Now I see. This is why you've been tampering with my memories ever since I was a child. Just so. And now I possess the means to purge them entirely. Your rebirth will finally be complete. You have no right to deny me a life, to rob me of what I hold most precious. My memories may seem worthless to you, but not to me. My start first time through is to just roll on everything since I want all the gear anyway and start getting picky after the first roll. Well, like, the thing is that I'm probably gonna outgear it just from, like, revelation tokens alone. So I don't feel the need to actually roll on everything because I don't need it for power. Like, maybe if I was doing the savages, obviously that'd be a different story, but it seems like I can just outgear the normal version of this raid with revelations and consistently get more gear through that. So my logic at the moment is, well, I'm just going to go for glamour. And if that's the case, then I'm probably looking for key pieces anyway, because depending on how I dress my character, it's probably going to be different. Which means I'm probably going to be rolling on a set amount of gear, but I'm not going to... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this gear is 510, rev is 520. Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, I've already got the chest that's 520, so I don't need the 510 chest for power. I could use it for a glamour, which is cool. But, like, if I... Like, the key piece is usually the chest, so, like, I'd roll on that first to see how, you know, to get that first. And I need more tokens for that anyway, so, like, I would roll on that as a priority, because it takes more than others. Yeah, anyway. I will never be yours. My place is here, in this world, in this life, in this moment. Wherever my friends are, that is where I belong. Hell yeah. Then you would turn your back on our glorious past, on the lives we once lived. Any past I may have shared with you is long gone. I live in the here and now, striving to build a better future. I'll be damned if I let you take that away from me. To be reunited at long last, only to be shunned. Would that I had died with you, to be reborn. Even without knowledge of your past, we may yet forge a future together. Well, that weapon is cool. It does look very cool. I'm a collector, so my strat is different. Okay, yeah, I guess I don't... Like, I guess my thing is that, like, I could work with partial glamour, right? So, like, I'm not wearing the complete Crypt Lurker gear, for example. I think I'm using, like, only the chest and the rest... Oh, actually, the gloves might be Crypt Lurker as well. But, like, I'm using not all of it, just glamour that makes sense, right? But the chest is, like, the key, because it kind of sets the tone for everything else. So I would go chest first, like, all the time. So it puts me in a position where I'm like, well, no, I want the chest. I could go for anything else, but I'm not gonna roll on everything else in case I could get the roll on the chest. Like, what just happened before, I got a 97 on the chest piece, which, by all accounts, I should win. But then I was like, oh, well, I should be polite and roll on everything else. And Auto got the helm, maybe because everyone else passed on it. So, like, I'm never gonna do that again. I'm always gonna roll on the chest first and either pass on everything else or wait. Like, that's just the thing it breeds in me, not thinking, like, not asking other people how I should actually do it, if that makes sense. I'm sick of your riddles. Speak plainly or not at all. You and I fought the Warriors of Light as one, joined in both body and soul. When Ardbert struck his final blow, light tore through the bonds that held us. Though you perished, I was condemned to a far worse fate. Yeah, you're just like Minfilia. My flesh became my prison, and I was cursed to remain here, an abomination, while you lived on with the others at your side. I will suffer it no more. You belong to me. I too was once held against my will, robbed of my freedom, to be trapped and alone for 100 years. I can't begin to imagine the pain you must have felt. But that doesn't give you the right to deny Gaia a chance at happiness. We once knew happiness. True happiness. Until fate conspired to tear us apart. I will never let that happen again. We shall be joined as one. My memories... my memory's yours. Okay. My memory's yours. Together for all eternity. Like, literally get Gaia out of the room, you two. Now. Like, already now. Now? He literally just told you what the plan was. Why are you just standing there? The darkness is rising within me. Yeah, of course she was an Ascian. Is that Mark? Yeah, she's just like you, Reen. Come on, follow on. But who? Like, I guess it's, like, no doubt an Ascian we don't know. Because they've presumably been trapped here like Minfilia had been. What is this? Why am I... Hold on, Gaia. Whatever it is, you mustn't give in. Who are you? Yes, yes. Now nothing will keep you from me. I am yours, and you are mine. Oh, shit. Yeah. Just like Laha Breya and Igioholm. We are one. We remember. So it's true. Gaia really is a reincarnated Ascian. The girl you once knew is no more. The Ascian who held the seat of Loghrif is all that remains. Gaia is her true name. So spoiler alert, I'm not going to actually do this fight tonight, because we're very close to me having to go to bed. Oh, Loghrif. How long has it been? How long have I dreamed of this day? Is that you, Mitron? Forgive me, I didn't recognize you. In my defense, my memories have only recently been restored. My mind is still a little hazy. Hardly surprising. No matter how many times we are reborn, it is disorienting to have everything change around you. Even so, I had immediately recognized your resplendent soul, and I cling to the hope that one day you will likewise remember mine. You always were a forgetful one. I could never forget you, try as I might. But tell me, what do you know of my past? I admit my memory may need refreshing. We served together as members of the Convocation of 14, dedicated to the summoning of Lord Zodiark. Although the task assigned to you eventually fell to Elidibus. Really? She was meant to be the heart? Yes, I remember. Amidst the chaos of despair, you never left my side. My loyal protector. But in the end, it was in vain. I was powerless to prevent Heidelin from tearing our world asunder. Her outfit is different. So I heard from Emmett Selk. We labored to make our world whole again. That's why he restored my memories, so that I can play my part. Our part. Alone we struggle, but by joining your power with mine, we may yet succeed. My power? You always were one for flattery. Oh, I assure you I am quite sincere. It would be my honor to serve the cause alongside you. I shan't take no for an answer. The honor is mine. For as much as I chide you and tease you, you are everything to me. My inspiration. When I'm with you, I fear nothing. Promise me that we'll never be parted again. This is literally the reverse of what happened. This is... wow. This is like such another parallel to Thancred and Minfilia. Again. He stole the Goth GF and Fusion dance with her. I was so mad. I promise, even should fate conspire to separate us, I will reach out to you. Wherever you may be. Like, here is another person who has found the person they were longing for after so many years, and they are in a state in which they do not remember them, and they are not them. And Thancred eventually learns to kind of, like, no, that's her choice, and ends up allowing her to become Reen. And then here comes Mitron, like, nah, she's mine forever, fuck you. Like, wow, buddy. And I will come running. Her outfit is, like, distinct enough that I feel like I haven't seen an Ascian wearing that same thing before. We were destined to find each other, to awaken our buried past and be born anew. I can't do that voice. Our brethren employ crystals to return sundered souls to their office. Without them, such a feat was beyond my reach. But by becoming one in mind and body, my memories are yours. At last you have awoken. Now the time has come to restore our world to the utopia it once was. Let Gaia go. You are not worthy to speak that name. If you must call her anything, use the name chosen by her parents, if you even know what that is. No. To me, her name is Gaia. Nothing you say about her makes any difference to me. I don't care if she's an Ascian. She's my friend. was your friend. Never again will she answer to your cries. We won't give up on her. We'll break the shackles that bind her. Your wicked schemes have gone far enough. We're taking Gaia back. Accursed servants of light, you will not tear us apart again. Oh, fucking shit. What is this? Visions in my mind. A summoning? All your hopes and fears turned against you. There is no escape from your past. What the fuck did he just do? Or what the fuck did they just do? Voice of the soul. Yeah, that's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. They're just really good friends. Gal pals, you might say. Roommates, even. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so unfortunately that's where I'm gonna have to leave it tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow. Important thing to note, though, regarding weekend streams. So I have to be out of the house for pretty much, at some point, pretty much every Saturday for a month. And that hits, like, directly in the middle of the time that I usually spare for Phoenix Wright. So that's not going to be happening on Saturdays. This Saturday, I still am able to do it, but it'll be a shorter stream. But every Saturday after that, it's not going to be a thing. I'm still going to do it on Sundays, if things don't come up again. But I might do some afternoon streams instead. I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just take a break. I don't know. Depending on where I get with 14 and that, there might be some stuff I feel like doing on stream. I know there's obviously like a lot of fucking raids and that, so there's a lot I could do in 14 to replace that. There is one or two games I feel like I want to play soon, though. Related to either other games releasing or just it's been on my mind, so I want to play them. I'm not going to talk about them just yet, though, because I don't know which one I'm going to do. And I don't want to promise something that I'm probably going to have to shelve, because that seems to be the theme of, like, the last 3 months. So, yeah. I will be playing more of this tomorrow, around the same time, or a bit later in the night, for a bit longer. But, yeah, there's going to be some interruptions to the weekend streams. Weekdays should still be fine, but yeah, I'll try and keep schedule and everyone up to date as possible. So yeah. I think that's everything then. So thank you very much for watching live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.